Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another story time about the time I got robbed at the corner store by my house. Yes, robbed. This story just came in my head and I thought I'd share it with you all. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video and comment. If you're returning, thank you. What's up, girl or guy? Let's get into this video, y'all. So this was way back when I was staying in those apartments. If you checked out my previous videos about my worst apartment ever, you would hear some things that I said about that regularly rundown apartment, right? So let's get into it, y'all. This day, I was home. I was chilling. It was a rainy day. I remember it was raining specifically because I did not want to get in that car. I think I mentioned that we did have like a bad parking lot and our parking lot would flood. So as a result, that day it was raining really hard. My car was like flooded. I had went out there, seen it, and I didn't plan on going out there anymore, right? So I asked my boyfriend, did he want to go to the store? I don't remember exactly what we needed, but I know we needed something. And it was discussed that I would go to the store, right? So y'all, I didn't want to go. Something told me not to go because it was raining and it was wet outside, but I got up and I went anyway. So I get my keys together, put on my little clothes, and I go to the corner store. Mind you, I'm in an apartment building. The corner store is probably about 2 minute drive, not even a 2 minute drive. You can actually walk less than 5 minutes. But I got in my car, you know, went to the corner store. And on the way to the corner store, I was just had a feeling like, I don't know if you ever had those feelings like, girl, why you, I don't know. I just had a feeling like, why am I going here? Anyway, get in the car, drive to the corner store, right? Park my car right in the front. I think, yeah, I parked my car right in the front of the corner store, right? And mind you, this is the hood. It's always some guys out there hustling at the store. It's always some street hustlers, the guys out there where I used to stay at. They have like food trucks and they be selling like barbecue on the back of their trucks, or they sell a little tree or whatever over there. So it's always like a group of guys in front of the corner store, right? So before I pull in the corner store, I do wave at the guys I know, grew up in the hood with. I say hi to them and I park in front of the corner store. Exactly the first parking spot in front of the door, right? So I get out and something in my spirit was telling me to lock my doors and cut my car off, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Sometimes when this is so uneven and it's bothering me, but whatever. Um, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I go to like gas stations or stores, I sometimes it's bad, but sometimes I'll leave my car running. I'll leave the key in. It depends on like if I'm driving my Altima, I can like leave the car running and lock the doors and I'll have the key to where I can still get in, like, you know what I mean? Like a remote key. But this was my '06 Hyundai Sonata, y'all. I didn't have no remote key, none of that. So something in my spirit was just telling me, turn my car off and lock it up while I go get these little two items out of the store. I don't remember what it was, but I just know it was a quick pick, right? So I lock the car up, cut it off, go into the corner store. Like I said, I grew up in this neighborhood. The guy who owned the store, I've known him since I was a little girl, literally. Like when I was in middle school, I used to make my rounds to this store. I actually used to steal out of his store. I ain't proud of it, but me and my friends, we were bad, y'all. We used to fill our book bags up before school, with like snacks and chips, and we used to go to the schoolhouse and sell them. Back then, chips was like 25 cents a bag. Today they're like 50 cents and up. We used to go to his store in the morning, pack our book bags up with those chips or those snacks, go to school and sell those 25-cent bags for 50 cents or 75 cents. Sometimes I used to get people for 75 cents, but mostly 50 cents. Make a little profit off it, right? So he's familiar with me. I walk in the store, I'm talking to him, and everything is cool, right? I get my little one or two item and I go to the front. Um, I don't remember seeing anybody else in that store when I walked in. So I had my bag of snacks in his hand and I had my cell phone in the other hand, right? So I get to the counter, I check out. So now it's time for me to walk out the door. So I walk out of the door of the store and I'm walking to the front where my car is. I told you I parked in the front, like the first parking spot, right? So I see this guy when I walk out and I'm approaching my car, I see this guy. He looks crazy. He looked like a bum. He just looked wild, right? So from the side of my eye, I can see those guys I mentioned that be out there selling their barbecue and selling their tree and stuff. And they kind of looking at me. But I didn't think anything of it. So I'm walking to my car. It's not that far, and this guy is just looking at me. We're like locked eyes. And the reason we locked eyes because he's like up on my car, like by my driver's side door, and he was like looking inside my window. So when I walked up, we made eye contact. He didn't move, y'all. I kept walking up to my car. He was looking at me. I was looking at him. I could see the guys that be sitting at the corner store. They're looking at me, and the reason they probably was looking at me because they probably seen him looking inside of my car when I was inside of the corner store. And thank God I locked my car up and cut it off. So I approach my door and this guy is just standing there. We're like face to face looking at each other at this point. He's not walking off. I'm not walking off. Y'all, when I tell you before I can even ask what he want or who are you, this man snatched my phone out of my hand. He even scratched my knuckles. He snatched it so hard, so fast. This man, I couldn't even think straight. I'm looking before I can even say who. This man snatched my phone out of my hand and he take off running, y'all. So the first thing go through my head was call the police, but I couldn't call the police. Why? Because he have my cell phone, right? So the guys that was like at the corner store, I told you, be sitting in front of the store, they was all just looking just useless. They didn't do anything. They didn't say a word. They was just as shocked as I was when he took my phone and took off running. They was just like just staring at him. So I had to go in action, right? No lie, y'all. So I just immediately like unlocked my door to my car. I cranked that thing up. I back out and I skirt, try to follow him. And I passed by the guys and they just still staring, right? They watching the show. So I back out the corner store and I'm driving. I see him cut through the apartments and I'm cutting them corners. I'm catching up with him. Mind you, he was a chunky guy. He wasn't no small. Just because you could be skinny doesn't mean you're athletic. But he was like a chunky, heavy set guy. He was very heavy set. Like I don't even know why he attempted to run, but he did a little something. So I'm hitting corners. I'm like keeping my eye on him as he like running through apartment buildings trying to get away from me. Y'all, real life cops. I felt like a cop. Um, so I hit the corner at a stop sign. I see him run through the apartment building. So I hit the left and I'm trying to follow him, right? So at this point, he's like actually in front of my vehicle. Like he in front of my car, y'all. Like I told you, he was a fat dude. Like he was fat as hell. And he was running. He was running in slow motion in front of my car. And my brain was like, run him over, run him over, run him over. But the other side of my brain was like, I don't think I look good on a mugshot. I don't think I look good on a mugshot. So I didn't run him over. But he was literally jogging slow in front of my car, y'all. And I should have hit him, but I didn't. And I'm thankful I didn't. Anyway, so when I finally hit that right and he's jogging slow in front of my car, and I could see my phone in his hand, by the way, this whole time. I don't have a phone. I can't call the police. I can't do nothing. I can't call my boyfriend. So when he hit that right and I didn't hit him, he ran in front of my car and he ran in front of this field, right? He ran in front of this field and I kind of lost eyesight of him because I think he ran behind somebody backyard across from the field. When he crossed in front of the car, y'all, it was this Spanish guy to my left in front of his house. He had like a yellow Mustang, I believe. I remember like he had a yellow Mustang and he was just standing out there. He didn't really know what was going on. He didn't really understand what was happening. So I see him and I immediately pulled over to where he was. And I'm like, sir, please, can I use your phone? Can I please use your phone? Somebody just robbed me. Somebody just took my phone. And he like, oh, no, no comprehend. I don't understand. So I'm like, please, telefono, por favor. Can I use your phone? Somebody just robbed me. So he eventually give me the phone. And y'all, when he passed me the phone, when he passed me the phone, I took the phone, dialed 911 on it, got back in my car, and I Why? Because I seen the fat dude. He came from behind somebody's backyard. When I lost eyesight of him, he came back out. So when I dialed 911 on the Spanish guy phone, I saw him and I just took off with the man phone, y'all. I in my car. This was a chase, y'all. So I seen his fat ass and I take off. The guy, the Spanish guy, he immediately runs in his yellow Mustang behind me. He must have had his keys in the car. His car must be was on. I'm not sure. But when I pulled off, he pulled off right behind me. So now it's three of us now. So now it's the guy that took my phone. It's me chasing him and this Spanish guy chasing me for his cell phone. And mind you, this whole time while I got the phone, I didn't call 911, y'all, because when I seen the fat guy run from behind the house, it's like I was a cheetah looking at prey. My attention just instantly was like, I need to get his ass. You feel what I'm saying? So sorry, mister, whoever you are, sorry. But he's so I see the fat guy again. He's running. I'm trying to remember where, because I end up losing him again, y'all. I end up losing him again. I'm not sure. I think he hit a few more gates on me when I started chasing him. He got away from me. So I circled the block maybe about 3 or 4 times. I got out the car. I was looking through people's backyards. I was looking in bushes, y'all. And the whole time this Spanish guy is following me. He is on my ass. He is trailing me, y'all. So I can't find the guy who took my phone with his fat ass. So I can't find him. So I eventually pull over, y'all, and I give the Spanish guy back his phone. He got out. I didn't even have to get out. As soon as I pulled over, he pulled over behind me. I heard his door slam. He walked up, snatched his damn phone out of my hand, and he just drove off. He didn't say nothing. He just drove off. I guess he seen what was happening, so he wasn't too mad, but he just drove off, right? So I can't stop laughing because I'm reminiscing about this day. It's crazy. So I go home, right? I couldn't find him. I circled the block a little more after that. People was outside. A couple of people seen what happened, but who cares? They couldn't catch him for me. So I go back to the apartment where my boyfriend was, and I walked in the door, and I'm like, "Yo, somebody just robbed me." Somebody just robbed me. And he like, what? I'm like, somebody just stole my phone at the store. Like I walked out the door, going to the car, and this guy just snatched my phone out my hand. And I was chasing him, and this Spanish guy was chasing me. And that whole time I didn't call the police. So I really took that man's phone for no reason, y'all. For no reason. It was crazy. So he was like, well, call the police. So I called the police finally. This is like 20 minutes after the guy took my phone and chasing him. I called the police. The police show up. They meet me at the apartment. Actually, they didn't meet me at the store. So when the detective met me, I don't remember his name or whatever. He was a detective. I recapped what happened. I showed him my little scratch on my knuckle from that bum stealing my phone, scratching me. He he asked me, did I do anything to anybody? Do I have any reason why somebody would want to rob me or harm me? You know, typical questions detectives ask. Of course not. He was just a random broke thirsty guy who seen a young pretty girl by herself. He was planning to steal my car. I'm not crazy. He was planning to steal my car because if I would have left my car on, how he was scoping in my window, he was checking to see if my engine was running. He was checking to see if those doors were unlocked with his broke behind. And thank God I locked the door that day. So that's what he initially was doing. He probably seen me pull up to that corner store by myself and he was like, yeah, I got a lick. I'm going to take this car. And instead, he just took my phone. So I told the cop everything. I told the police, where the store was, and they went to the store to ask what happened and I guess run some cameras to see. Now, my phone was locked. My phone was locked and I have an Android and I had like a track me on it. I don't know what it's called, but you know when you lose your phone or somebody take it, you can track the location on it, right? So the police well, actually, the police was there, and I took my boyfriend phone and I do the track my phone or whatever. I see an area where the phone was tinging off at. The dumb ass didn't even cut the phone off. Like he didn't even turn the phone off. Like what are you doing? Anyways, I was able to track the location where he was. So again, I get it. I get back in the car. I told the police, I showed them on the phone the radius where my phone was, and I immediately got back in my car and I went to that area by myself with my boyfriend and we was gonna go get my phone. The police was like, "Oh no, that's dangerous. Don't do all of that. We're gonna handle this. We're gonna handle this." No, me and him, we still pulled up over there. We waited in the like it was some area. It doesn't have a specific address. It just have like a radius. So we was pulled up over there for like a good hour. We didn't see nobody. The police end up meeting us over there. They was like, we don't see nobody. We didn't see him, y'all. And then eventually he turned off the phone and I'll call that as a loss. It's an Android. I got another phone. I had phone insurance. It was just a principle, y'all. But that was crazy. That was crazy. I never thought somebody would take something from me. Like people stole from me before, but I never thought that I would actually get jacked. Yeah, I was jacked. Somebody stole my phone out of my hand. Like that was crazy. And I felt bad what I did to that Spanish guy. He just didn't know what was going on. Like I just took his phone and it was a wild goose chase that day. Like he was chasing me, I was chasing that man. I should have ran him over too, but I did. Anyway, nothing ever came of that. We never seen him that day. The phone probably went dead or he turned the phone off. And the police made us go home anyway. I think the detective, if I can remember right, I think the detective uh called me back about 2 to 3 weeks later and left a voice message. And he was like, "Oh, give me a call back. I think we have a suspect of the man who took your phone and robbed you that day. If you can, give me a call back." I never responded though. It's 2 weeks. It was a phone. I had a whole new phone. I don't think that was the guy that they had anyway. I never seen that guy again. That was my first time even seeing him. I wish I would have ran him over, but I didn't. And yeah, y'all, that was the crazy story of how I got jacked at the corner store living in the hood. Living in the hood. You never think things can happen to you, and they surely can. That day was very crazy. Um, and I just never really went to that corner store. I never really went to that corner store again. Have I? Probably once, but no, it's like other stores in the area, and it's like a gas station across the street. And y'all, I think that would be the conclusion, the ending of that little quick robbery story time of how I got jacked for my cell phone. People robbing for Androids, man, that's crazy. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Leave a comment, like it. If you haven't subscribed, and hit your notification bell so you can know when I upload and you can be one of the first to see me. I really hope you enjoy. I'm getting better at this too, y'all. Like if you see my previous videos, you can see how nervous I am. Um, I stuttered over my words a lot. I feel like as I do more of this, I feel like it's getting better. And I hope you all can see my progress as well. I really enjoy it. I love y'all. I like the support. Thank you so much. And I'm out. Peace.